What do you guys think about the results from this weekend?
Let's start with the good news with you.
I mean, it was expected, right? We would just trash Arsenal, given that we're the best club in the world. But
what position are you guys in?
Best club in the world.
I just try to stay optimistic. I lie to myself about every week, just about every day,
Right,
every morning that I wake up supporting this club.
right.
But we try to be optimistic. But no, it was all in all, it was a good showing. 3 points, super important. I thought Arsenal were playing really, really well, coming back from like the break or before the break and after Christmas.
Right.
So I was surprised that it went the way that it went because it looked really, really easy. But I'll take the 3 points. I'll take the performance, and hopefully we can build on it moving forward. Because before the international break, it was kind of ugly, and by kind of ugly, I mean
Disgusting.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. You guys were pretty bad, man. Diogo Jota though being back now that because he was injured for a little while.
Yeah,
For a lot of while.
yeah. He was
3 months, no?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that's brought a lot of creativity to
6 men
your
of the
team.
year.
Yeah, he's the best man. He's the best player in the world.
Currently. He's
Yeah,
killing it
nah,
for Portugal,
yeah,
too.
nah,
Warner, who?
No, I'm so happy about that because I
Yeah,
see
Werner,
tweets-
who is correct.
Dude, I see tweets about that every week, and I remember
Jesus.
I remember just having conversations last season about Timo Werner and how I was really excited because I thought he was going to become a Liverpool player, and thank God that did not happen because he really lacks a whole lot of confidence, which you don't really want to see in any player because I think ultimately when it comes down
You want
to
to
it,
root for them?
yeah, like you want players to do well unless they play for Man United, you know. So like it's not something I really wanted to see because I actually appreciated his game and I thought
Yeah,
he
or
offered a lot.
Barcelona.
I thought he was going to offer something different to the league, and it kind of sucks to see it play out the way that he did because I had high expectations even if he wasn't playing for the club that I support.
I think it's a lot of pressure though. Like you're brought in as a player
Yeah.
that's supposedly going to bring the team back to like a championship level,
Yeah.
a champion level. So you're brought in with another fellow German, and then they tell you you're gonna bring us a chip, and that's just extremely difficult to do. I believe.
Yeah. Especially moving in a pandemic to a new country.
And Diogo Jota you add him onto a team.
He was already in England. He was already in
that was a
England.
champion.
He
He's
didn't
already
have
in
to-
England. You know,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
understands the tempo, and those are things that
Yeah, his
matter a
family
lot.
was probably there already. I don't know how Warner brought his family. I know there's restrictions and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But you think this is signs of things to come for Liverpool? Like they're gonna finish really strong, or you think Arsenal's just really weak?
I don't really believe that because like I was saying, I do think we just kind of caught Arsenal on an off day. I think ultimately we were always gonna come out the victors. Like that was always my belief going into
Right.
the game, but not to
Yeah.
the extent of it being 3-0. You know, I thought maybe they'd get one in or at least keep it a little bit closer,
Yeah.
right? But they didn't even present a single threat throughout the
Right.
game. So
Yeah.
it's definitely really, really weird. But then also on top of it, just having the other results and having the other teams that are in fourth, third, and second having the schedule that they do have, I feel pretty optimistic that we can still, get to fourth place. So that's the goal.
You think that there was players like especially motivated, like Trent Arnold, just
Yeah.
because he got left off the English squad?
Yeah, I think that was like a tactic on the manager's part. But Gareth Southgate, I think that was like a tactic on him. I mean, we saw with Kyle Walker before the last larger tournament before the world or
The
before,
Euros?
the World Cup qualifiers.
The
He
World-
didn't
yeah.
he didn't bring on Kyle Walker to the squad, and then sure enough, I mean Kyle Walker started the entirety of the World Cup. So I think it's just a tactic. I hope it's just a tactic.
That's a dangerous tactic, though.
No, it
'cause
is a dangerous
You
tactic.
could go down you could just go in a slump,
Right.
Like damn, I'm not good enough,
Right.
And then just. But I mean, it looked.
but if anything, that eliminates the player that you don't want in
Right.
those pressure moments. Then,
that
Yeah.
makes sense. But Trent Arnold is still really young, isn't he? He's like what,
22?
22. Yeah, still very young.
Yeah,
You think he's gonna make the Euro
I'd be
squad?
shocked if he doesn't, bro.
yeah,
He
definitely.
needs to be on that
And
squad.
he's going to start.
Yeah, that's I truly
He's going to
believe-
start.
Because
Well, who would
beforehand
start ahead of him?
What, Reece James?
I like Reece James too, but
That'll be the only guy.
yeah, that would really.
But he's not even starting in and out with Chelsea.
But that has more to do with their shape, no? Than
I mean, as a manager of
Hudson
a national
Odoi.
team, you don't care. You just want someone that's playing in
all the
form.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're blessed at that position, right? I think it's an interesting luxury to have where you have 4 or 5, depending on who you count to be really,
Yeah.
really good right backs, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Kyle, because it's Kyle Walker.
He's still good.
Yeah, Kyle Walker still got some in the tank. Trent, Reece James, Kieran Trippier, who I think was out of the... Because I think Tariq Lamptey is the fifth one, the right back for Brighton and Hove Albion. He's my favorite young player in the league.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Kieran Trippier. But that's me just kind of being...
just solid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's not going to give you the highs and the lows.
He's a consistent 7.
Yeah.
Like, week in, week out, he's a consistent 7.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Tariq Lamptey being as young as he is, he might give you a 10, but the next week he might give you a 6 just due to the lack of experience.
Exactly.
But I do think out of that batch, Trent is the best right back. One. Just because of what he possesses moving forward, and then I think Kyle Walker is probably the second, Reece James the third, but I can switch out second and third right there because I really, really like Reece James.
Right.
I think he's really good. Defensively, offensively, he's got a boot on him. I appreciate his game. I think he's a baller.
Right. You think Jota should be starting going forward, or
for Liverpool?
Yeah,
definitely. I think we potentially have seen the end of like Roberto Firmino in that false 9 role. I think he might be.
God,
he's trying all of those haircuts too.
Yeah,
he's like maybe this one will get it going, and maybe this one will get it going.
He looks good. All right, well, he looks physically, but I mean it's disappointing, bro, because I've supported him so much, and I know a lot of people over the years are like, oh, he's not a true 9, and he used to get a lot of slander for that reason, but he was such an integral part of our system.
Yeah.
And he was such a solid part of the team and a big reason why we were doing so well for so long. But I think ultimately the injuries that we've had this year and the inconsistent performances we've had from him are part of the reason that we are where we are.
Yeah.
So I don't put the brunt of the blame on him. Like we've touched on it beforehand, just because Liverpool have been not at their best throughout the season.
Right.
But I do think they need to switch a lot of things up. Right. And I think Firmino is one of them. And then again, I do think Mo Salah leaves at the end of the season. As much as like the people say, to Barcelona.
I guess.
I think because Messi leaves on a free, goes somewhere else. They don't have a starting right winger.
I don't think he's gonna leave. I don't think he's gonna leave. I think he's all talk.
He teases them.
I think he's all talk.
We'll see. But I think kind of just going back to the Liverpool situation, Jota should be starting over Firmino. Just because I feel like he connects with Salah really, really well.
Yeah. His movement off the ball is
that's really what it is. And then Mane needs to step it up too, which I never really thought I would be saying because for the longest time he was our most consistent performer. He really needs to step it up. And I hope he does. I hope he turns it around because if we don't get top 4 or win the Champions League, which is something we'll talk about later, it'll be really, really tough to sign the elite of the elite.
Yeah, you can basically give up on that if you don't.
Right.
I mean,
Europa. I mean, that's the reason.
Are they gonna make Europa? Because 5th, 6th, and 7th are tied for 49 points right now.
But that's the thing about if you don't make Champions League, that's one of the reasons Haaland is gonna leave Dortmund, right? Because they're not even gonna make Champions League.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, unless they win, right?
You think Firmino is gonna be happy, like if he gets benched, like to come off the bench, or you think that's it? Like he's about to.
I don't know. I think that's an interesting situation because it's not like that's something that he's been doing for the last few years at Liverpool or at Schalke Berlin, where he was playing in. I don't know. That's something that I'd be interested to see moving forward. But I think Jota's almost to the point where you can't not start him
because there'll be like an outcry.
Yeah, right? It's getting to that point. You can't not start him. He's been the best player for our team, and he's only played 10 games this season, like 13 Premier League games.
Too is
9
crazy.
goals in 13 games. It's ridiculous, you know. So
and he's killing it with the national team.
Yeah, exactly. He's the best Portuguese player in the world. I don't understand.
I could side with that.
He's so good, bro.
He's
I
nice.
could side with that.
Nah, Silva's
It would be Joao Felix if no, bro. It's Simeone. It's Simeone.
That system. Yeah.
It's that system. It holds him back.
Yeah, but I don't think Bruno Fernandes is the best Portuguese player.
You'd hate if he was though.
I wouldn't hate, bro.
What about Silva?
Who, Bernardo Silva?
Yeah.
He does.
He's cool.
He's cool, but he's not better than Jota. I don't think he's better than Jota.
He's not the player that impact the game like that. He can control. He can.
Neves.
He can help.
Neves is the best Portuguese.
If he was faster, maybe.
Yeah, I would love. Dude, I have him in my ultimate team.
Yeah.
Because he has a boosted. He has boosted speed. He's class, bro.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Because you could boost his speed.
Yeah, you boost his speed, bro. He's ridiculous. Yeah. Neves is great. Neves is great,
cool.
but that's his thing. He's just really, really slow.
Raul Neto Neto. He's the best one.
So you're saying.
So now we're just saying things.
Yeah. But anyways, enough with Liverpool. You think they're gonna finish top 4, or how do you see it playing?
I think given Chelsea's remaining schedule and Leicester's remaining schedule, not that they'll drop off like significantly, but we're only 2 points away from Chelsea with 8 games left to go.
Yeah.
And Chelsea plays a good, like a hard. They have like 4 or 5 hard games left on the schedule, and I'm not even asking for them to lose. They can tie. Yeah, but Liverpool need to win out, and our schedule is a little bit easier. For us to be able to do that, it's a little bit better set up for us to do that. So hopefully we do, and I think we do. But I think regardless of that, we have to go into this Champions League tie and really just try to smash everybody that gets put in front of us. So we'll see. It's really just a race to the finish at this point.
I get it. If Liverpool goes in, who's out, in your opinion, from the top 4?
Chelsea.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And
it's a big gap.
And what?
Well, it's because it's 5 points, like between Chelsea and Leicester.
Yeah.
So Leicester.
That's a big gap. That's 2 games.
Leicester, they had a big gap last season too, and they fell out.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And that's why Man U ended up 3rd.
Yep.
And you guys 4th.
And
Chelsea 4th.
Us 4th.
I just don't feel like they'll do it this season. I don't feel like that'll happen to them again.
But they're so thin. Like they one injury.
Well, Harvey Barnes went down, and they've been dropping points since. So
I mean,
we'll see. I don't know. I just don't think. I think Brendan Rodgers will figure it out because it can't happen this many times in your managerial career, and you don't try to fix it or try to do something. And I still think, yes, they're thin, but I still think they have enough quality in their side to at least get them over the finish line. I'm not saying they won't drop to like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
But I do think they'll remain in the top 4 because honestly, it would be such a failure on their part if they do.
Again.
And because they were so good throughout the entirety of this season that it would be an absolute failure if you drop out of top 4 again in the same fashion that you did the season before. Brendan Rodgers might have to leave if that happens.